Hi, everybody. Just a little time to connect with the Spirit today, and like many of us who are people of faith, some of us are feeling, a little disheartened by political and social tensions these days. So I just want to stop and offer us all a few things to think about and a few words to help us stay grounded and hopeful during these times. I did some checking online. There were 244 million people eligible to vote in the last presidential election, and only 156 million voted. That means that 36.1%, over a third, of our population did not vote. And of the two-thirds that did vote, pretty evenly split. 30.1% of those eligible voted for Harris, 31.6% voted for Trump. So it's a 1.5 difference, point and a half, 1 to 2 points. So in essence, we are a country that is split into thirds. A third that is eligible and didn't even vote, actually more than that. And of the people who were left, it's very close between the two voters. This is not a mandate. We keep hearing that all of this that's happening now is the result of a mandate. It's not a mandate. A mandate is 80% voting for something who are eligible to vote and 20% not. So no wonder you're feeling perhaps discouraged or discounted or feeling like you're totally in the minority when maybe you're not. Out of that 36% that didn't vote, maybe half, maybe more, feel like you do. Maybe they were just so fed up they didn't think it was worth voting. At any rate, I've put together a quick list of 3 things for us to think about to kind of keep our spirits up during these times, and I hope they help. 3 things, ready? The first is community. Community is really important. We're not alone. Everything that you are feeling right now, we're all feeling. Many, many people are feeling, and because of that, we can find strength in our community of hope, for instance, or as well as other interfaith coalitions or local activism groups. I know some people who are connecting to become activists now and demonstrate in one way or another, meeting people they'd never met before. It's good to connect like that. The social connections help us to not feel so alone. Neighborhood associations, they don't have to be based on politics. Whatever it is, the community that you can become a part of or become aware of being a part of, people coming together, it feeds our souls. And we learned that from J and the D's, Jesus and the disciples, 2,000 years ago, right? Second thing to remember, Jesus stood with the vulnerable every single time. If you want to find him, you look to the margins. He was never with the majority people. So in times like these, it's easy to get caught up in power struggles. But Jesus consistently sided with those who had no power, who were the poor, the outcast, and the oppressed. Anybody who was on the outside of their culture was where he focused his time and his attention, his ministry, his teachings. And the more that we do that, the less upset we feel with others and all that's going on, because we know we're connected with other people who've been pushed to the side as well. I mean, justice and compassion still matter, no matter how divisive the political climate might be wherever you are. The call to love one's neighbor as yourself, to care for the marginalized and seek justice, that remains central to our faith. Progressive Christians can find strength in advocating for policies that reflect these values. So pay attention to the policies. Don't know how to get them? You go to that wonderful Google machine, as I like to tease people. You just go to whatever your search engine is and type in there policies U.S. policies for, and fill it in, housing or feeding the poor, or whatever your particular interest is, and it will come up. You can find everything online that we need. Read up, become informed. And finally, the third thing is hope. Hope is a great Christian virtue. I mean, it's easy for us to feel cynical, but hope is an active choice. We make a choice. All through history, people of faith have persevered through injustice. And the problems facing our world today can be changed. There's nothing happening that we can't change. Change has always come through the faithful work of those who refused to give up, those who remained hopeful. Hopeful. So the three things: community, standing with those who need us, and hope. It's all part of the radical love that Jesus brought to the world and that we say we want to emulate. He never said it was going to be easy. These are challenges all the time. But it's still part of that radical love. People fighting about politics, trying to learn how to get along with people that they can't stand or respect. It's all around us right now, isn't it? And it certainly was in his day and throughout history. It's easy to feel a little defeated, disconnected, maybe even a little afraid or angry. And Jesus invites us to respond with love, with doing something nice for someone else, no matter how opposing the views are, to not lose sight of treating each other with dignity and respect, respecting the humanity, that spark of God that is within everyone. This is why I keep saying and trying to remind people that Jesus is countercultural. He was countercultural in his day. We are supposed to be countercultural, my friends. So when the whole world is being ugly and angry, we are supposed to be the opposite. Remember that love doesn't mean passivity. Love is standing firm in justice while refusing to dehumanize others. We can do this, everybody. We just have to stay centered in what we believe. Talk with other people who believe it too. Say it out loud to yourself sometimes. Maybe even write up a creedal statement, 2 or 3 lines. I believe that. Fill in the blank. Have 3, maybe 4 or 5 of those and read them aloud every morning. Whatever you have to do to remind yourself of what you believe. If we stay centered in what we believe, if we act the way that Jesus calls us to, we will remember community, standing with those who need us, and hope. Okay? All right, friends. Until next time, Zara Kitty joins me in saying God bless, take care, and bye for now.